Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I am filming this video in one go, so if I stumble over my words moving forwards, apologies about that, and also apologies if the quality of this video is not too great either. If there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it can't be helped, and hopefully it is not much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision 2024 related video here on my channel, and another sort of reaction video as well, because right now I'm about to listen in full for the first time to the Dutch entry with regards to the upcoming edition of the ESC, which this year will take place in Malmö, Sweden for a third time. As always, you're welcome to let me know your thoughts on anything I discussed today by leaving a comment down below, and as always there are links in the description to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. So, today is the 29th of February 2024 as I'm recording this video you're watching now. I have already filmed two videos today, one regarding Heat 5 of Sweden's Melodifestivalen, and also a video reacting to the Swiss entry in full for the first time, which is called The Code. I have since heard that song back, and I quite like it. Yes, indeed. But now it is time to turn my attention to the Dutch song. We've known the artist since last December, I believe, and we've known the name of the song for a little while too. It is Joost Klein with Europapa. Yes, indeed. And they've co-written this. Joost was born in November 1997, so that makes him 26. He's released multiple albums. The last one charted at number 2 in his homeland. He's also had a reasonable amount of success in Belgium. Many singles over the years. Their music blends hip-hop, drum and bass, hardstyle and electronic music. They started out on YouTube and then ventured more into music. Not long after that, they've released songs with titles including Ham, Albino, Infected, Jackass, and Go Acid. Yes, indeed. Both his mother and father passed away when he was younger. That is quite sad indeed. And I believe this track is a tribute to his dad. I'm not entirely sure. I think it is. So that's a very nice touch indeed. And it's been ages since I checked out any of his previous music, but I am expecting something quite wild, something quite frenetic, and something that is clearly going to stand out on the Eurovision stage. This is a man, I believe, who is brimming with confidence, and if that confidence and charisma comes through on stage in May, then I don't see any reason why the Netherlands won't do well this year. If we take a look at the history of the Netherlands, certainly over the past 10 years in the competition, well, in 2014, it's been a decade since Calm After the Storm by the Common Linnets, which finished in the silver medal position. My favourite Eurovision song to date, absolutely fantastic. In 2015, we had Treintje Oosterhuis, and she did not qualify, and that performance was pretty much all one camera shot. Nice tune, quite repetitive, didn't go through. Juries liked it, public not so much. In 2016, we had Slow Down. That was nice. Did okay with the juries, not quite as impressively with the public again, but it's certainly a song I've listened to plenty of times over the years. In 2017 we had Lights and Shadows by Eugene. Would you believe it? That was a song that did well with the juries but not so well with the public. I think only 12 points from the public in the final. Absolute crap, deserved a lot better. Lovely song. In 2018 we had Waylon come back with Outlaw Inham, my second favourite of the Lisbon contest. But I have to say, that's not a song that I've really revisited much over the years. Still pretty good, though. And then Duncan Lawrence came along and won in Tel Aviv in 2019, and that song became a huge hit, especially in America too. And it went viral, big on TikTok, all of this sort of stuff. And I'd say that's still a very popular song several years on. In 2020 and 2021, we had Jean-Guy McCroy. Now, Grow was fantastic. That was quite underrated. And then he came to Eurovision itself with Birth of a New Age, which didn't do very well. Nul point from the public in the final. And I have to say that's probably the most recent Dutch entry I wasn't so keen on. But there we are. He was great. The song, maybe not so much. In 2022, we had Steen S10 with De Diepte. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And then last year, in Liverpool, we had Mia and Dion with Burning Daylight, which I liked, but unfortunately it did not make the cut. Dion? Anyway, the duo didn't qualify. This year, something completely different. And like I said, I'm expecting something maybe a bit all over the place. He was announced on the 11th of December last year, internally chosen. A small committee went through 613 songs that were submitted to the broadcaster. That's a record. And they whittled down the numbers until he came out on top with Europapa. The music video is on the Eurovision Song Contest YouTube channel. As I'm recording, it has had just under 86,000 views in about 15 minutes, which is pretty good going. Here we go. As always on my channel, what I'm watching won't be in the bottom corner of the video you're watching, but that's the way it usually is. And also, it's the same old story. If I'm not really enjoying this, I am going to say so. I would not take it personally. I do have apprehensions. I don't really know why. But I usually love Dutch entries at Eurovision and Junior Eurovision. It must be said, my favourite Junior Eurovision song to date is also from the Netherlands, Tess with Stupid in 2005, if you were wondering. But this time around, I don't know. I just feel a bit apprehensive. Anyway, let's get straight into this. It's Joost Klein with Europapa for the Netherlands. Could this be a contender? He's in semi-final 2. Okay. This sounds like a scooter song. There's a windmill. Europapa. Oh, I'll tell you something. If he brings the EU flag to Eurovision, I can just imagine the Daily Mail here in the UK having a heart attack. Okay. This feels as though it's come straight out of the 90s Eurodance scene. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but maybe it does have that slight dated thing going on. Anyway, we're only 43 seconds in. This is the chorus then, which isn't quite as an assault on the senses as I expected it to be. I'll be honest. If anything, it feels quite light-hearted and cheerful. The music video is quite interesting. I imagine if you are Dutch, there's a lot of references and things going on in this video that might mean more to you than they do to me. I'm 1 minute in, and I'm sorry for pausing this, but yeah, I don't mind this. It's obviously its own thing. Immediately, you just surely know that this is going to appeal to the public more than the juries. So if this qualifies, likely, the juries will probably blank this, or a lot of them will. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. But who knows, I could be wrong. There's definitely some sort of vocal thing going on. His vocals are being altered ever so slightly by a vocoder or something. How that will work at Eurovision, I don't know. But then again, not all vocals have to be live, do they? So if you compare this to Finland, because Finland's song is also very expressive. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that if both of them are in the final, they'll cancel each other out, but it will be interesting to see which one does better, particularly in the jury vote, if indeed both of them make the final. Because they're both very expressive. It's like I'm in the gym. Not that you'd catch me dead in a gym, but you know. Where's the stroop waffle? Don't tell me he hasn't got any of them. quite like this. It's obviously erring on the side of silly, but I think the message, and I will look at the English translation soon, I think the message is a pretty good one. How would you stage this? Well, this bit here, where he's wearing the blue outfit and he's got dancers with him, maybe just have that as the main element of the staging. So he's there in this blue outfit and he's got dancers wearing these outfits and everybody's having a jaunty old time. But I imagine there'll be a lot more to the staging. Obviously, it's a very up-tempo track. Minimalistic is not the way. I'm not sure if I love all of the sort of vocal alterations, if that's the right term to use. But there's energy and immediacy. Oh. Oh, it's like we're raving. It's the Austrian track, Come Early. I need glow sticks. This isn't as heavy as I thought it was going to be either. Oh, is that it? Oh. Burning down the house. Ending on a somewhat somber emotional tone there, and there's a photograph burning. My goodness, that's quite a strong image. The windmill's burning down, heavens above. Wow. From me to my parents. Well, fair play. Fair play. Like I said, there's definitely a message going on there, which I think is quite powerful. So on the whole, not as manic and wacky and crazy as I thought it was going to be, which is a relief, because if it was going into that territory, it probably wouldn't be up my street at all. I like the energy, as I said earlier. I like the immediacy of it. I like the imagery that we're getting here. It's clearly going to appeal to a lot of people. In the final, neutral viewers, neutral listeners hearing this for the first time, they're going to be impressed, I would say. The UK may well dish out a few points his way. If I have a criticism, and it's not even a criticism, but it's that this to me is a song that I just don't see getting much jury support, which will scupper his chances of really doing well in the final. Potentially. Who knows? If I had to make a very wild prediction right now, this is qualifying. Top 5, maybe a given in that second semi-final. Maybe closing the second semi-final. Is he in the second half? I think so. Closing the second semi. In the final, the jury between 50 and 75 points. Public, maybe triple that. In the end, 9th place. That's a very wild prediction that not a single viewer here should be taking seriously, but it could happen. Alternatively, this could win. Who knows? There's something very refreshing about that song. Something very refreshing. And some people will compare it to Finland. But I'll tell you this, that craps all over the Finnish entry, if we are comparing the two, because Finland's song, to me, look, I know some people out there love it, but to me the Finnish entry, it's still striking me as a bit cringeworthy. This, on the other hand, I think has more heart to it. I don't know. I'm not going to compare the two songs really at all, because they're each their own thing. But that was Europapa by Joost Klein. Some people will be loving that. Let's take a look at the comments very briefly. Downvote button. Oh, 12 points to this banger. I was ready for this to be funny, yet here I am with tears in my eyes. Embarrassing. My ears are bleeding. Dreams come true. 12 points to the Netherlands. You're so gonna win. Not with the jury vote. I wouldn't go that far. What a banger. It represents the love for happy hardcore and the Dutch culture. Oh, I can imagine this being played at top volume in some sort of Amsterdam club. Europropaganda. Well, somebody from the Daily Mail's got in here. 1,983 points to the Netherlands. I saw Steve. Was she in the video? Was S10 in the video? My God, I'll have to watch it back. Anyway, yeah, not bad. If I had to give this a score between 1 and 10, 1 being abysmal, 10 being scrumptious, I would probably give this, based on first listen, a 7.5. I think I was expecting, I'll be honest, to not really like it that much, but it's not too bad. There is this interestingly refreshing vibe I'm getting from it. But the jury vote may completely destroy this song's chances in the final. Who knows? Who knows? I'll be back very soon with a reaction to the Cypriot entry. Until then, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye for now.